All right, welcome back. We just finished the Augusta 70.3 yesterday, and these two gentlemen also finished with their medals. There they are. Maybe tell the energy level in the room is a little bit less
energetic.
energized. A little bit less energized, but
less
I gotta see
anxiety.
where my body battery is, man, because I think I was at 5 yesterday by the time.
you were at 5.
And I am still very low.
5 by like 3 o'clock. Yeah, mine's 48.
Oh,
What's yours at? Oh,
23.
You need some work.
That's so low. My phone's on the charger.
The phone charger's matching your
I
battery.
know. I lied.
19. Oh, even better. All right. So what we're going to do is kind of just talk about what happened in the race and what went right and what went wrong and how we're going to improve it for next race and then, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, obviously, we've got to start out with preparation in the morning, getting all our stuff there at transition 1. So what do you guys think?
I would have probably preferred to get there a little sooner.
A little earlier?
Obviously, just to be able to feel comfortable and like not have to worry about, I think what took us, like it's not long to take, to get ready and whatnot, but it's just like having that time to either sit there, kind of analyze, get yourself mentally prepared, and then, other than that,
Less rushed.
Yeah. And then not only that, but also be able to access the shuttle to get over there for a swim and stuff, because I know we were kind of crunching some time together, trying to even go to the bathroom and whatnot, but overall.
Yeah.
And we couldn't control the shuttles.
No.
And but to your point, if we'd have been on the front of the row, front of the line, we'd have got the first buses over.
We would have had time to pee.
That would have given us a little bit more gas.
And put our wetsuits on and then turn the bags in and all the other things that we needed to do. But
Small world happened. The guy says, "Hey, Yakagani."
yeah.
As we were getting on the bus, someone's got it
Somewhere
done.
over the rainbow.
Yeah.
But it kind of it was weird, like the saying bye to each other. It was kind of like abrupt. Like it was like, it's like, oh, this is the time we're leaving now. It's like, yeah, this is it.
I feel like we could have stayed together the entire time and then just kind of stepped back as the wave went in.
Yeah, yours was way up there though. Like where you stationed. Like I remember like walking up, like trying to find my spot, and then eventually I did find it. But like your time slot for the swim was like way up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it ended up being like I walked up to the one, and then like people were saying like this is for people that are swimming like 150-ish, and I was like, oh, I need to be a little further forward because these people are going to slow me down. And I went up to the next one, and I met a guy named Bobby. He's pretty cool. But anyway, he's Bobby Mom. But no, I met Bobby, and then we just walked up together into there. But yeah, definitely like nerves and stuff. Like he asked me what my heart rate was, and I was like, I should be good, but it was 115 before we jumped in the water. Like I was just amped up and excited. But yeah, I think it was just like we were quickly hurrying to the front. And I think to Tanner's point, being there earlier and being able to get up there, like have an official bye to each other, that kind of thing. It just felt really abrupt. Yeah, I think, yeah.
I thought you left me in age groups, to be honest. I thought it was 55 to 60.
Oh, really?
And then when you said something, and minutes hit my brain, and I was like, oh, this is swim time.
Oh.
Well, I thought we were heading off in age groups.
Yeah,
right?
where did you end up going?
Up to 45.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, up to 45.
Yeah. Did you guys feel like the times that you picked were good, or were you passing a lot of people, or were you kind of keeping pace with a lot of people, or?
That swim was a lot different than I expected, to be honest. I mean, just by looking, I was thinking like 32 to 34. I finished, I think, let me see the time that it shows. My swim actually says 35:19, so it was like a minute and 48 pace. So
you're just slightly off on that one.
Yeah, slightly off, and I will say, man, I definitely, I gotta practice open water swims, because that stuff
they're built different.
They're a completely mental game.
Yes, well said. Well said. It's all in your head. As soon as you get the first kick, and then you swallow the water, and the water. You didn't really taste it. I can't say I tasted it.
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't like
you're trying to breathe, but instead water comes in. You're like
the murkiness.
Yeah.
I will say, man, it was tough to like know where you were going because that sun, dude.
Yeah,
The sun was blinding.
The sun was directly in your face, and it was the buoys. I ended up actually going to the right of one of the buoys, and I had to cut across. Like, I had to swim across and back around it because I saw a kayaker, and I was like, "You're not getting my number. Like, no way." I should just like swam by him like this.
Did you?
But
did you stop at all?
Mm-mm. I didn't. There was one point where I did a kind of like just a skate on the right side. I went just one extra breath because I just swallowed a little bit of water. But outside of that, I kept going. I passed
so many.
That's where, like, when I was asking if I was in the right or wrong one, I was in the wrong one. I should have been way further up there. I passed probably, 40 people.
Oh wow!
Like, easily. Yeah, I just kept, and then like I kept hitting.
Them.
There were a lot of ladies up there that just had zero business being in that category, and they were just, I was just passing them left and right, left and right, left and right. And it was just, and there were obviously a couple guys I passed too, but it was a lot of women that put themselves way up in the front, and they were not prepared for that. So it was interesting that people, they kind of like think themselves so high, like that they could swim. Oh yeah, if I swim faster in the front, I'll be fine. It's like, no, that's not how this works.
There was folks that couldn't get 100 meters. I mean, there was 100 meters, and it was just a big block. And again, it was to your point. Where am I going? You've been kicked a couple times, and I made jokes thinking you're not really going to get kicked that much. No, you got kicked every couple minutes. I mean, it was literally people running, like swim over.
Either that, or you were hitting them and stuff like that, and it's like you said, it's not really intentional or anything, but like, when you get in the water and then you're trying to, find a sense of direction, it's a little tougher than you think.
Yeah, here's the swim route right here. This, like, it was getting underneath the bridge there.
That was tricky.
And then it was, once I got to about here, this is when I realized, you know what, I need to get over here. And I started passing a lot of people on the left-hand side. And then I had to insert myself back here to get underneath this bridge. And then you guys remember the one thing that happened. I'm sure a lot of people remember.
You can take it down.
They had the turn here. They had an a point that you were supposed to aim for, but they didn't really mention that. Aim for this one because the current was going to actually carry you. If you aimed for it, the current was going to carry you perfectly into the end. A lot of people went past it and ended up going almost into the bridge or hitting the bridge. They were trying to save a lot of people from doing that. Then you have to swim past the current. I saw a lot of people getting close to the bridge. Obviously me in the water, I was focused on getting out, but
now that I see that where the arrow is on the line, that particular, what used to be an old bridge, is where the current was like just sweeping around at. That's where I made my turn. So I was down at that at that column, and then came back in, and it felt like I was swimming up to get in. Yeah. It didn't feel like I was coming down at all at that point.
Right in that point, that's where I like mentally was like, I got this, and I just chucked it. I chucked the rest of the swim. I was like, you know what? Lights at the end of the tunnel. I got out of that water, and like my like equilibrium was like not there. Like I almost like I got up and I started walking on the deck, and I was just like, I almost like fell back in. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I didn't have any issues with the wetsuit, coming
That's
like
good.
tying down and coming off and whatnot. And actually, the run too, like.
I was going to say, next up, transition.
Bad.
So you see, all right, so for you said time for, we got to throw our times out.
Yeah.
All right, official time. Tanner, what was your official time for your swim?
35:19.
35:19, and you estimated 34?
Yeah, 32, 34, I thought.
Dad, what's your
36.
Your official time was 36?
Is that right? Yeah, 36, and I had said 40 was my goal.
Yeah, your official was, opening up right now.
Thanks.
Let me tell you,
30. No, your official was actually 38:40.
38. Hey, I'm under my 40. Yeah.
Hey, if I didn't stop at this dang kayaker so much, it would have been all right.
And mine was 24:34, where I said I wanted sub 25. I think was my time that I said. So
awesome.
The point of stopping at the kayaker, back to your thing, is you could get your bearing because you knew where people were. If you were out in the middle of it, you couldn't figure out your bearings. So that made sense.
It's tough.
Like the tri-suit, I got to swim in that a lot more too, just to get better at it.
The tri-suit itself, it does limit a little bit of movement, but they're pretty good.
Only swimming in it once before. It's, hey, I'll take it.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, I usually don't swim in mine. I usually just bike and run in it a couple times, and just because I don't want it. For me, in my head, my tri-suit. For me, my tri-suit, I'm thinking, hey, there's a lot of like hydrophobic material, and I don't want to like wear it down because these things are meant for race day. But it is. You have to get used to it. Throw the right amount of chamoy and all that other stuff. But
you said we needed to swim Friday.
Yeah, we should have swam Friday, but it is what it is. We'll do it next time. All right, so next up, T1. So getting out, this is a nutso. I'm going to show up on your screen here. So getting out, we had to go up along the road here. They did have carpet, which was awesome. I'm so glad they had carpet. I had to pass a few people not on carpet. Yeah, but
I didn't notice it until it got up to the top.
But so we had to run here, and then we came up this hill and made a hard right and down the hill. I had some family waiting down here. It was awesome to see them there. But yeah, we so that was I don't know the exact distance, but I mean it felt probably like 300 meters of like running is what it felt like, down, up, and then over.
My pace was a little slower, but I mean I was fine.
So you did you have your wetsuit below your at your waist? So you had yours at your waist going up the hill.
Yeah, I did.
Awesome. You saw the strippers at the bottom. They're called wetsuit strippers. They were at the bottom.
All I could think about was fingernail hackers, and they were just gonna like shred my suit, pull them off.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, I'll get up there, and I sat on my bag and pulled mine off.
Yeah. Actually. And then once you got into transition, how'd you feel? Like what was like? What did you think? Just F right, and then it's like that. What you thinking? Like because you had to get for our location. What were you thinking? Like
the alphabet was backwards, and I was trying to say what comes after H.
Yeah, go backwards with the alphabet. I was like, there's K. Did I miss it?
That's what was coming.
I didn't have any issues like where I was like trying to find it, but like if anything, I was just like thinking like as I was running, I was like, the worst is over.
Yeah, for you, the worst is
over. I was like, man, that swim. I was really my primary focus in that morning, but like as soon as I got into transition, I was like,
I got this.
Yeah, I felt like the transition went pretty smooth. I think I took a little bit more time than I thought just to, catch my breath.
Yeah.
Take my suit off. But I know during that transition I had to pee, so I was like I got all.
Go and pee?
Yeah, I got all my stuff done, and then I put my bike next to the porta john, and I went to the bathroom, but my God, that was disgusting in there.
Yeah, those are the worst. Those are probably the dirtiest porta johns I've ever been in, and I've been in Army porta johns, and they were pretty brutal. There was just pee everywhere. Like the toilets were filled all the way to the top.
You can't pull your suit down. You got a tri-suit on. There's a lot of restrictions there.
Yeah. I just left my door open. I said, "Hey, if somebody comes in, sorry," and just kind of like.
I didn't want to touch the handle either. That's funny you said that. I didn't close it. I only went in the second time. But,
T2 was mine, but.
Yep.
All right, so wetsuit came off, grabbed the bike, and just kind of ran with it. Did you feel like, am I forgetting anything? Did you have that feeling at all, or was everything kind of like, nope, let's go?
I was pretty good. One thing I really wish I would have probably took was like some salt sticks.
Yeah.
With it. Yeah. Only because like.
Same.
Yeah.
I wish I would have taken some salt stick out on that bike.
Yeah.
But that's for next time.
Yeah.
That's for next one.
I flipped my leg over the seat, knocked one water bottle off.
Perfect. And then your entire bottle cage.
I think that's what messed my bottle cage up. Was I just didn't check again. So when I kicked it off, I may have separated the metal on that. And so when I put it back in.
What brand is that? Let's call them out.
Rock Bros.
There's the Rock Bros.
So they had maybe there's and I seen some folks that had hair ties. Over there, like a hair tie, to keep it on for a little while, and then once you get it, you're good. If you lose it, okay.
But reaching back is really hard to do all that. So a lot of them, they'll do it over the front bottle. They'll put especially the ones they'll have like a double cage. So one cage will be facing this way, and it's usually got the straw, and then another one they'll wrap it around the bottle cage over the nipple, the top, and they'll keep it against it. Because when they are getting out of transition, the big bump, I mean, we had a giant speed bump or a toe crusher in your case. Really, but hit that bump and it falls right out. Like, and you lost yours. We'll talk about that on the bike, but like it's still
that wasn't because of the bump.
But all right. So T1 complete. Anything else as far as T1
time?
That's what I was gonna say. We're gonna
time.
Or time. All right. Mine. I'll go with mine this time. I had a 5:41. I think I said with the run and everything, I was gonna try. I think I said I was gonna try and go for 5 or.
I think you were
like
5. Yeah.
But yeah, 5:41. I had a little trouble getting my wetsuit off. Like I was like stepping back and forth, but it is what it is.
So you did not sit down to take your wetsuit off?
No. No, okay. I stood up.
Maybe that was my error, because when I sat down to take it off, then it was really bunched around my ankle. Yeah. So you were right on with your time, though.
Yeah, about there. Tanner, what was yours?
I predict like 7 or 8.
Yeah, I think you were around there. We'll go back tell
it was 10:44. So
10:44.
I was a little out.
Did you walk or run out of the water?
Well, when I got out of the water, like I said, I wasn't right.
So that's when your T started.
Yeah, no, I know that, but like
I
after that, after I finally got
that.
on like solid ground versus the deck, like the board, like the boardwalk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the dock is doing this as you're coming out of it.
As soon as I got up, I took the time. I will say they needed to do better with like the walking, like the grading, like that rubber matting, because like it was like all
bunched up.
Yeah, it was just all cattywampus, and it's just like. You didn't feel safe, like, running down.
Yeah, and your legs are already restricted because you're in a wetsuit, and you're not really running.
Right.
You don't run with a wetsuit on very often. Your
but
legs
again,
are like half.
I probably could have ran faster to get up there and whatnot, but like I just wanted to take a second, catch my breath, make sure I was ready for the bike. So
yeah. Do you have your time, Dad?
I don't, but I said I was giving myself 10 minutes.
Yeah, you ended up going 12:29. 12:29. I think really the run up the hill. I mean that takes 2 minutes. Like 2 to 3 minutes. It's just getting out, getting your footing. There's people in front of you walking up that ramp and everything. And once
looking back on that, I wasted time. I piddled around doing some things that I didn't need to do.
And that's 2 minutes that could have been used on the run.
Absolutely, you don't realize
which
that
we'll get into.
Yeah.
No shame. All right, so now we're on the bike. The bike. How was the start of the bike? Strong? Like I'm looking at your times right here.
Oh, it was good.
I
was feeling good.
Your first 6.4 miles average was 22 mile an hour.
Mine was 20.
I mean,
I was feeling good.
You were cooking out of the bike.
We had a tailwind.
My average was 25 starting out.
Yeah,
I felt good. Yeah. And then things happened.
Then came the hill.
Yeah. There were 6. So we remember, here's our bike course. I'll just bring it up on this one here. The bike course. There it is with the hills. All right. So let's let's go.
So right at the 6 while you're adjusting it, as soon as you get to the 6, you made that first sharp turn. And that first sharp turn is where both of my fuels went out behind my seat. And dude's like telling me, hey, you just lost both your rear bottles. And I'm thinking to myself there, do I stop and grab them? But I remembered that Kyle had a bottle incident in the last Ironman. And I don't know that you stopped. I forget what.
I did stop and got off and got mine.
And see,
but
that would have been a game changer.
The bottle, all the liquid was out of it already. It spilled all over it, so it wasn't even worth me getting it. And the one person goes, "Smart move," but realistically, because it's the front bottle, you can use a squeeze bottle, and squeeze and then fill up your bottle, the front bottle. So then now you have the straw going.
You got something.
Yeah, you should probably get like a front bottle.
I'll change that up.
Like
Again, that was a great lesson learned. Now for
aero
my
bars
trail,
for
training trails, I got aero bars at the house. I just couldn't. This arm wouldn't allow me to wear them.
You mean you just got shoulder surgery, like reconstructive shoulder surgery in April?
Under 6 months.
Yeah, pretty wild. So for the bike, the hills you could definitely see took people out while we were out there. I mean, there was, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is officially the amount of hills that you had. There were this one here. You can't really see it on the one screen. I'll bring it up on here, but you can't really see it. here on this screen, but at mile 30, we had a grade of, what's that, 5.9? We did hit 2 sevens. There were 2 7-degree grades, which is high. And they were absolutely brutal while we were out there, according to my Garmin. Look at this one. This one says 15.9.
I had enough gas,
which is nuts.
To get through those.
Did you?
I think it was this one that killed me.
It was here. Yeah. There was like one on the highway. I think is this the highway?
Yep. I know which one you're talking about. And it felt like it was going on forever.
Yep, there it is. Mike Paget Highway. Yeah, Mike
Crazily,
Paget Highway.
I kicked in a gear there. That's funny you guys are saying that.
Yeah.
Because I struggled. I was at 7 at one point on that second climb.
Yeah.
Second climb got me. And it was just, I got bunched up. I got in the wrong set of gears. And by the time I realized I needed to come out of the speed and get my speed back up, it was too late. I was like, just... So I stayed kind of wonky there. But that second one, that one you're talking about, the highway, it was wild. You can look on my thing. I'm like rolling 12 mile an hour up.
That's where I bonked.
Is that where you bonked? Right along here.
Somewhere in there, man. And that's where I cramped too.
Did you? I started
It was
cramping.
like somewhere in within the 30 and 40 miles. The rest, like I bonked, and then like I had a nasty cramp.
More salt stick or the pickle juice shots. We need to start taking more of those with us. Yeah, it was this area for me too, Tanner. And then once we got to the airport, I felt pretty good as far as like, oh, I'm seeing people. Oh wow, like I'm catching up, and there's not too many passing you at that point. But like you go out here, and then you had to do that little loop. I did not know it's like a legitimate
loop. It's a boat ramp.
It's a perfect loop. Look at this.
I thought
it's a boat ramp, but
we didn't do that though. We went all the way around.
It was a perfect loop though.
Thank gosh, because I mean, like that little spot right here.
Dude, this little hill here was
my back locked up right there. I said, oh man, I'm not going to be able to do very many more of these.
Yeah.
And what a dick move. I'm sorry. To put the water point, show where the parkway is.
The water point was
they stick the water point. No, right.
It was, I want to say right around here.
No, as soon as we made the left, go back.
You talking about right here?
Yeah, right there. It sat right there.
So you see it and you're like, oh, I get to have that later.
And I'm wondering, well, how far is that? I'm thinking, that can't be more than a mile.
And meanwhile,
15 miles later, you get back to the water point.
So it's, hold on, let's see. We can actually see how far it was. And boom, where are we at right here? 42.7.
Say 43.
43.
Maybe no, not even 42.
42.7 to 47.8. So you were two. What did I say? Oh my gosh, my brain's not braining. 42 to 47. So 5 miles.
Each way.
There's a 2.5 out and the 2.5 back in. Yeah, and that doesn't look like it on the map. Whenever we said, "Oh, here's the turn," you're like, oh, "Okay."
I was like, "Where's
Meanwhile,
this turn?"
2.5 miles later, which is 15 minutes.
It's a pretty part of the river.
It's 15 minutes.
Nice little boat launch.
Yeah, yeah. But I wasn't looking at anything. One dude, there was one. It was someone was drifting out of their lane. They weren't paying attention. He did some look. Anyways, so he did some look, and he took his bottle, and then he looks up at the last second, and he's veering into our lane on his bike, and the other person was passing me at the same exact time, and they last second, I was like, bro, you were so lucky that dude looked up, and because he was trying to pull over and had not. I mean, that would have been what 19, 20 mile an hour both directions, just right in front of me.
I remember almost cutting off this one girl. And she only had one gear.
She had one gear?
She had one gear.
Did her DI2 run out, or was it just she kept throwing her chain?
She might have just kept throwing her change, but I just know she was like, just got one gear. I was like, man, I can only imagine what it would feel like if you had one gear. And it didn't look like it was any easy gear.
There were a lot of chains being thrown. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. That, and then a couple tires and tubes and everything.
Well, that's the highway where they had the speed bumps where cars go off, and they have those cut in. There was a guy, I don't know if he was drinking, whatever he was trying to do, but he got into that and just boom, 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 and stopped. And I'm like, God, man, that had to just think, because I mean, they were deep.
Sure. Oh, you talking about the
speed cuts, the cut-ins in the concrete.
They are, and for our tires,
and for
he
made
like they go in something that deep. You feel it. Now do 20 of those side by side, like next to each other.
Well, he had probably hit.
Like you hear in your tire, for us it's
boom,
it's like
that's what happened
for each one.
I knew his was going. I knew it was going to happen. It was just
yeah.
And I think a lot of them were like running into issues because they swapping from little wheel to big wheel. Luckily, I just like took my time with it. I was like, watch, waited for it, and then I was like, all right, let's change gears.
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't have any bike issues at all yesterday. Good. That's awesome. And I was hoping, I was like, I know you have your kit now, but please don't make them like have to use it.
Don't make me use the kit.
And you didn't have a kit, so like I was worried about that too. So
I wasn't, because he was 10 miles in front of me. So my thought was if he'd went down, I'd have damn sure.
I literally thought about it. I saw somebody, but they were working on theirs. I saw them like from a distance. I was like, if this person needs this kit, like I'll throw him mine. But I saw him, he pulled his out. I was like, all right, he's good. I was just like, because I was like, man, I just dropped like $30 on this kit, and I'm never gonna see it again.
I gave my salt sticks, the big tab, to a fella that he had bonked on one of them climbs, and he said, I'm cramping.
Yeah.
I tried to slow down enough to just dump some. By that point, I just threw him the whole thing. He seen me at transition right when I was just getting ready to start running.
Yeah.
And he threw me my pack back.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Yeah. He said, thanks, buddy. That got me through it. And that
awesome.
Felt good.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
I think I took the pickle shot, like, where did I take that pickle shot? I think it was like maybe like low 30s, high 20s. But
yeah. Good. Yeah, I'm glad you took it on yours. I didn't take the extra one with me like a dummy.
Oh, I needed it.
I took mine at 6 o'clock sitting on the truck bed.
Yeah. Smart. So, all right, following at the end of the race, I cramped. Like, I was cramping right at the end, right before we went through the, we'll call it
the bike train,
the less nice area of town.
Remember
that? I mean, we'll even just say the road quality was terrible. Like, you're like dodging potholes.
It was not it was not poured pavement. It was slurry with gravel and tar.
I think they tried to fix it up before the race, but it was hard.
They let you know rough road halfway.
Yeah, halfway. Oh, I know which one you're talking about, but I'm saying like the one like when you're getting back into town.
We're in the ghetto.
My left the entire inside of my quad, and I couldn't pedal. It was locking. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like right before transition, I know Jasmine and them are waiting. And like they're gonna see me going So like I just did like the shake of my leg over and over again and tried to like just kind of like push down on it and massage it, and I was like, and this is about to be run time. This is not gonna be good. And turns out, we'll talk about it in a second. But transition, I did the jumping or the flying transition. So popped my feet out, did on top of it, ended up doing great. Like it all executed fine. Some lady decides that she's gonna set her bike on a 45-degree angle and take up half of the transition area there, though. So I almost ran into her, but luckily last second saw that, jumped off, and then I got to see the whole cheering crew, which was fun. It was like pumped me up a lot.
Absolutely.
They didn't. So you know how like they had a line over in Panama City.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if like they didn't have a line to where it's like, okay, get off your bike right now.
They did.
There wasn't really.
They did. They were like, slow down right there. Like they kept like saying like the line was there. It's the line's right there, and you could see the red, and it's like the taped down line. Maybe you didn't see it.
Maybe we should have went to
the athletes briefing. I mean, we did go to the athletes briefing because it was mandatory. We were there. No, well, even then we would have heard the same exact thing. I mean, it's gonna make a bunch of noise if you bounce it around. Microphone. I was just letting you know.
Do it again now.
But anyways, athletes briefing would have just said, there's going to be a transition. You have to get off your bike at that point, blah, 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 right? Or else we're going to yell at you. And Tanner may or may not have gotten off his bike.
I missed some of that too, though. Honestly, I did. It was misguided. The biggest thing that got me was the keep your.
All them saw it.
Oh yeah.
Keep your helmet.
Well, I jumped off and
tight.
then like whenever I kicked my bottles, like when I got off, I popped my right and then I just swung my leg over top. But the way like my bottles like sit in my cage, it just like I couldn't swing my leg up enough.
Yeah.
And it just hit him out.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, I had my memorabilia like bottle in my bike, cage.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's fine. I was like, those are replaceable.
Yeah.
And they must have.
They found them. Well, they got them because they told them that they were your fans. And luckily, because those are $15 bottles.
Yeah.
It's $30 worth of.
But when you're
you don't give a crap.
When
about
you're in
$30.
agony and just in the motion, you like,
you don't care about that.
I thought,
somebody threw alpha flies away.
Yeah.
You want to talk about I don't care?
Yeah. All right. So bike times. Let's go with those. Before we get into T2. So bike time for.
I said I wanted to be 4 hours.
4 hours for dads, and your time for bike was 4:38. So you're just outside of yours.
Was it 4:38?
4:38 was your total time.
God, that's awful.
Tanner, what was yours?
My bike.
Yep.
What did I say? I thought it was like 3:12 or something, or
I think you wanted to do 3:20 or 3:30 or something. Oh, we'll look back at it.
Yeah, 3:21. So just over 3.
No, was it? I think it was actually 4:07.
Mine?
Yeah, see that number below it? Oh, I looked at the wrong time. Dad, my bad. I don't know what's that 4:07 there?
Thanks.
Is that the lap?
Yeah.
I felt
Maybe
like
it
you
is.
gave me time.
My bad.
Yeah.
Well, I won't edit that out. I'm just going to say that I made a mistake. All right, Dad, yours was 3:47, so sub 4. So you did it. You did sub 4.
That
so
was the goal. Was to be
3:47. I called your time. I said 14.7 or 14.8.
Yeah, it was 14.
And you had 14.8 on the dot.
I think my average was, I wanted to do 17 or 18.
That's
I
good
was
stats.
just short of 17.
Yeah. My goal was sub 3. I got 2:53.49. So 2:53 was mine.
Not bad.
I wanted to get closer to 20 mile an hour average, but 19.34.
Nice.
But anyways, all right. So T2, hopping off the bike. We're running in. It should be pretty quick. You're just getting shoes on. You're putting your race belt on. You're putting your bib number on, hat, whatever else you're doing. You're hanging your bike up, that kind of stuff. I'll tell mine. So I got in. I couldn't find it because somebody threw their wetsuit over my number. Who could that have been? He's not even making a face. You threw the wetsuit right over my 579.
One me.
I think someone was maybe being courteous to put somebody's dry suit up.
I think somebody.
Yeah,
I think
that's what it
somebody.
was.
I
That
think
was
somebody
definitely
just
it.
hang. Yeah.
Anyways, no. So I couldn't find it it took me like 4 seconds. And then I like pushed it over. I was like, son of a bitch. I hung it up. And then once I hung it up, threw socks on. Well, actually, I pulled a towel. I'm so glad I had 2 towels. I'm going to always do 2 towels. So I did 2 towels. One of them was all my gear was on it. Pulled the other one, wiped my feet off, sat on it. And then sock, sleeve, shoe, belt, headband. I had the pickle shot in the sun because in the morning we're like, oh, it's gonna be perfect. It's right here. It's set out and everything. No, sun for like 3 hours baking it. It was the hottest pickle shot I've ever had. And then I had goose, like a carbs fuel, also molten lava.
Oh, that's rough.
So on my stomach it was fine. Like luckily I got that gut right now, but it was so hot. And then started with a run. And as I was leaving, I was still finishing a water bottle that I grabbed from one of the water points. I was finishing that, putting it on my head a little bit, and then I was like, I have to pee a little. This is going to turn into I have to pee a lot soon. So I was like, let me just go pee. And then that's when I saw the worst freaking thing. So what about you guys? That was my experience.
I got in. I think whenever I finally got there and like put my bike on the rack, I was like, put my helmet on my bike, and then I finally got in there, looking at everything. Just like, all right, what do I need? I got my race bib. I didn't forget about it this time.
Good, yeah.
And then what I was really contemplating is like, do I just switch my socks out real quick? I didn't switch them out. I put them up.
Do you regret that?
Probably a little bit because I don't know how wet they were like during the ride versus like during the run and whatnot. But like I think if anything, maybe switching out socks would have maybe helped my feet a little bit.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But then I was like trying to figure out. I was like, do I need calf sleeves? Do I need like my whole leg sleeve? Or I was like, do I just take my compression knee pad?
Yeah.
Took the knee pad. I was like, it was an old reliable kind of thing where it's like I did that in the previous race. So I did that, and then I got my sunglasses from my helmet, and I didn't wear them for a majority of them, but there were some times where I was like, if at the end, that's where I wore them more. But overall, the transition was pretty good. It really wasn't too much. I just made sure I had enough salt sticks on them in case I cramped up, like compared to bike. I was like, I'm not gonna mess this up.
Salt sticks were needed on that.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you had to catch up on salt stick, or did you feel like you were on par with salt stick after you took like the pickle juice shot and then started the run?
I couldn't remember what you said. How many like you should have like per.
It was every 30 minutes or 1 every 15 to kind of like maintain.
Yeah, I think I popped one in my mouth like as I was like on the brick.
Yeah.
And then like finished it up at like on the other side of the bridge, and then once I got up to like the mortal hydration or the hydration spots, I started drinking water just to make sure my mouth wasn't like dry.
Transition time, T2.
I think it was
what was your goal? I got yours right here. I'll just say it.
I think it was like 4 or 5. I thought, but it was 6:06 was my transition time
for T2. Yeah, 6:06 is a good time.
That's not terrible.
It's not bad at all. And you didn't pee or anything.
I didn't have to.
Tanner had a 6:06. So that, by the way, that time that I'm saying when I said 4:07, it's your accumulated time total thus far. So at 6:06, your accumulated total time up to that point is 4:13. So that gave you that much time to finish your race. All right, Dad, yours, what was your estimated time in T2?
I was going for 10.
Okay. You ended up with a 12:41.
I did pee.
You had to pee. Okay.
And I couldn't find toilet paper, and that was my biggest thing.
What did you need toilet paper for?
While I was changing, my nose exploded and was just raining, and so
my nose exploded.
I mean, it was just running out of me, and I was now back to the sock thing. I was so going to change my socks. I had them in the shoes, ready to change them.
Mine too.
And if I would have, I'd have noticed my feet. I'd have noticed that I had a busted toe, and I would have. Then that would have been better in my skull than blaming the shoe, blaming the leg, blaming everybody, blaming Kyle. I blamed everything that I could blame.
He did. He blamed me for the shoe.
And no, but for real. Then Ronnie even asked me. He says, "You went through like 9 porta potties. What was you doing?" Because I was looking for somebody. He said, "Yeah." I said, "No, there was no toilet paper, and just by the grace of God, somebody had stuck a fresh roll, just was sitting there, and I was able to."
Like
so my blow my nose.
Oh.
So the bonus was my lesson learned there is to have some kind of throwaways that are available to blow your nose if you need to.
Yeah. I mean,
because there's a lot going on.
Just get a handkerchief in there.
Slowing down.
Honestly, a handkerchief that you're willing to throw away.
You're willing to toss.
Yeah. So, you use the Porta Johns over there on this side? Okay, that's really the ones I use on the way out, just because it was kind of like, hey, I feel like if I would have done it here, I would have thought of something and went back to my transition point again. Also, you're taking a few steps away, but it wouldn't have been a serious one. But like once I ran down here, I was like, all right, I'll use them over here because I'm not going back. Because once you're there, they had a little water there, which was nice too. They had water right here.
Oh, to dunk yourself?
That was nice.
I thought they did great on the run as far as every mile having and you had the cheering going on every mile. You had pretzels and
we had a cheer squad here.
Yep.
Cheer squad. I had a cheer squad here. Your dad was there. Was he there for you guys?
Yep.
So he was here.
Marsh was there
and
too.
Then he went over to this part and yelled at you whenever you got to the bottom of the hill. He was still cheering. And then the cheer squad that was here ran over. And they met you down. They met me down here. They like ran up and then ran down and then gave high fives. All right, so I'll tell you my experience. And then like just with this first portion, I ran up this hill feeling okay, and then I felt the quads start to lock up. And guess who stopped? Right here.
Yeah.
I had my quads, both of them, locked up. So I was sitting there, and there was somebody. They were like, it's okay, man. You're doing great. Like they'll unlock, man. You're good. Stretch it out, brother. Like, and by the way, like this is a point. I want to make a point. Triathlon has like some of the nicest people ever. Like it was it like
huge support,
bro.
Right there was a lady saying, "Hey, do you want? I have Advil. I have Aleve. I have Tylenol, Motrin." She was just kept going on, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah, like,
so kind.
Yeah, it feels like it's a race, but at the same time, it's like it's not so competitive. Everyone kind of forgets that they're human. It's like everybody's like, dude, we're all feeling this together. Like we're all sucking at the same
What's
time.
the kids'
2,500
ices?
people just having a hard time together. You know.
What's the icy? The ones that are like.
Oh, the icicles, the
Freezy
popsicles,
Pops.
yeah.
Did you get one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I should have got one, but I just.
Oh, that was
I just
so
passed them
nice.
up.
I was like, wow, this is so kind because one, they had to keep them cold.
Yeah.
And they weren't part of Ironman. They were just local
volunteer
folks
locals,
just hanging out. And
there were a lot of people cheering along there.
The bike
Quite
ride.
frankly, I felt good this whole way.
Did you?
Like, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I didn't feel too bad.
So yeah, as we're going down this road here, so we went all the way down. Dude, I saw it say 1 mile, like right here, and I was like, it's not 1 mile. I was like, but I'll let it be 1 mile because my watch was off. I was like, maybe this is off for my watch, but I don't care. All right, so yeah, so I started feeling better here because the pickle juice shot started kicking in, and then the cramping started subsiding a little bit. So because I started taking the what do they call the salt sticks? I swear by salt stick. And then remember when we were trying to look at it like this, we didn't really go down. Now you can see.
Oh, dude, I know.
This is actually harder than it looks coming up this bridge here. And then the Sight Queen kind of lied to us. This was nice. This from here up, you can see our elevation going up right now. This was treacherous.
It was tough.
This was from here up to here was awful. I had a really hard time. You guys did it as well. Yeah, and then I think it was down this road. Yep, and then down this hill. Yep, it was down here, that was okay going down this hill here. And then we hopped on this road and started going down the greenway. And man, when I got on here, I was like, "This is beautiful." I don't know if you guys were in the mood or not, but yeah, it was so beautiful, man. Like
that's where dude was jamming
just covered up.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna see you right here.
I was looking out for you. I was looking out for Blue, and then I was like, all I kept thinking, and I went to doom mode, that you guys didn't even make it past the swim. I was like, please tell me they made it past the swim, because anything could happen. Anything. You were scared about it. You were worried about it. Like I mean, it I was in my head. I was like, dude, please tell me they're okay, because I hadn't seen you guys at all.
This is when you see Colin on the bridge, then, right?
Whenever was that?
Did you see Colin on the bridge?
No. So they didn't make it out to the bridge for me. They said they were off by a little bit, but no, they
he was too
with
fast.
the way they were acting. When I did see him, you guys were still good. Like they didn't say anything, but I was like, no, they're good. They're good. They're gonna make it. They're fine. And then once I finished, that was it. But we'll get to that. All right. So run route. As we know, it was not easy. That run route was pretty brutal. Nothing like that we couldn't do, but there we go. Gotta find my bearings here. Yeah, so nothing we couldn't do, but from here up to here, it just felt like the steepest uphill. It was, and then you're seeing everybody else like flying past you on the way back down. You're like, that's gonna be me eventually. And then
it felt like uphill going the other way. Then
I saw mile 9 like right here, and I was like, oh, that's their mile 9. All right, I'm at 4. I go, oh, it's like I have a long way to get up this dang hill. But I think the cheer squads and everything, and like all those people that were like cheering us on, I think that was it kept me going a lot, And the one lady, she had a Coach B on the back of her shirt. She's like, remember, keep those hips square. Like she's saying like the stuff that I know I'm telling other people to do, and it was nice. I said, thanks, Coach, and she just some big old smile, and like a lot of the little kids were giving high fives and everything and fist bumps, and it was really cool.
I think, I mean, here's where it kind of sucked for me because I think
that's where we seen each other.
Yeah, I'll point that out, but I think somewhere around there, I drenched myself so bad to where my shoes were soaked the rest of the time, and all I would hear is, and it was just like aggravating.
It got really annoying.
And then, you know what I did? I tried to run through like the sunspots, and then as soon as I get to the shade, I'd walk a little bit, and then try to keep going and all that stuff.
That's funny.
I try to just take a couple breaks just to try to stretch out my legs, and even though it didn't really help, but
did you feel like when you opened your stride? Remember how we were talking about it, like in your practice runs? Yeah. Did you open your stride up at all? And it
a little bit. I tried to make the adjustments and stuff, but truthfully, it was just, I think at that point my muscles were just so worn.
Yeah.
You know, I just was like, I just mucked through it.
Yeah, that bike, man.
It motivated me because you were striding, and it was a downhill where I run into you.
Did you guys see? So when did you guys see each other, roughly?
I'd probably say it was probably somewhere around here.
So Miles.
8-ish.
Yeah.
8-ish.
So Miles 7.6 for Tanner, and Mile.
He was like 4. You were probably in 4 or 5.
Dad was at 4. Yep, 4.7 and 7.
I had just met dude.
So like you're in different, but you're
David.
The craziest part is you're in the same exact physical location in the world, but your headspace totally different.
No, but I like run the guy over. I run a guy over to get to him. I mean, I was like this, and I'm like, yo. But you were legit getting it, and man, I was like, okay,
I was trying.
Let me get back in it. But by that point, I was so locked up. I was just man, and then so I started doing the clock, and I'm like, okay,
you were beer mathing without any beer.
I beer math with no beer.
It was not good math. So I'll go ahead if you want to talk any more on the route.
No, I was just saying, like, I remember looking at my watch though. I was like somewhere between like 11 to like 12-minute pace, which I was completely fine with. Like, but I mean, when I would get in a good like rhythm or stride, I'd like be around like in the 10s. But I mean, overall, it's just I stopped a lot.
Yeah. So
but walked
a good bit. So, I mean, I had a different perspective because I finished. And then I was like, I cared more about the updates about you guys than anything else, right? Hold on a second. Hey,
but you were finally you were finally in it though. You know what I mean? You were finally able to be spectator. That had to be kind of exciting.
Yeah.
I was like within mile 1 or like when I saw those guys, I was like, how's Kyle doing? And they were saying you were already at mile 6. I was like, damn. I was like, he's cooking. And so I was thinking, if I honestly, I might end up meeting him somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Around there. But
yeah, I was really hoping that I did run into you, but unfortunately.
I seen him at the bridge. You had 8 to go, and you had 1 to go. When I run into him at the bridge, that's Marcy's math told me, and I was
wait, so I missed you by like a second on the bridge then.
Yeah.
Dang, because I was looking for you because it would have pumped me up.
That would have pumped me up.
Yeah,
I'd have left David.
Yeah, so I wish you would have left David a long time ago.
Don't say that so much. He's going to see this.
He's not going to see. He doesn't even know how to use the internet. All right, so
anyways, because he's 87 years old.
Right. So I finish. I'm feeling good, but I'm like, where are my boys at? Like that's honestly like right where my head went to. I was excited to take my little picture and stuff, get a little piece of pizza, and I went over and I'm like, I didn't have my phone, so I'm like, give me your phone. It's just back and forth, just trying to figure out like where everyone's at, and I'm just monitoring it. I'm seeing your little icons floating over the top and like moving around. I'm like, all right. I felt like I was like one of you guys watching me and Tanner at Gulf Coast.
Yep.
And I'm just like, all right, what do I got to do here? All right. And like my legs couldn't move very well. And that's where I knew like the limitations were of me getting out there and trying to be a part of like you guys like being part of it and like cheering you guys on. I was like, listen, unless it's a Hail Mary, which we'll get to in a second, I will not be going out there. But I have 4 other people that are fully capable of doing it. Your dad's out there. Marcy was mainly kind of saying like your mom was mainly staying like with the kiddos and stuff, or just like on the finish line, which was understandable. I mean, she doesn't need to be walking that day.
No, I get it.
And then, but your dad was just going everywhere trying to be a part of it.
Oh yeah.
But whenever when they said Tanner's coming in here soon, I knew that it was good. I missed you by because I waited at the end and I'm sitting there and because David had just finished and I was looking for him and then I come over and I'm like watching and I said, where's Tanner? And it says Tanner will try to finish and I go, what? And I look over and then I literally like saw you and I ran over like, guys, how? And I just got so excited.
Let me tell you, as soon as I got off that bridge, I cooked. Like I was just.
Let me see what your speed was, because you definitely had to have.
Oh, I mean, like, Colin was like telling me, he's like, it's a quarter mile. He's like, you see those lights? Like, you see the stoplight up here, or you see those lights up there? I was like, the stoplight? He's like, no. Like, you got to go past like where the cops are sitting. I was like, okay. And so I started picking up my speed. And I was like getting to them.
Yeah.
And then as soon as like I seen that, he's like, I was like, how much further? And he's like, the blue flags. I was like, all right. I was like, and I just picked it up.
You went sub 11 for the first time out of all that. You went sub 11 on there and cooked.
Yeah,
like right
at the end.
Well, no, at the end, I guarantee you, I was like
probably 8
less. Because like I was like,
let me finish.
I was like screaming. I was like just freaking out like myself, but like having them like along that last stretch helped. Yeah. Because like I said, I just wanted to get done.
It helps. Yeah, having someone too. Like I think next time we'll have people post up a little, like spread out, like 2 to 3 of them at a time. Yeah. Like, hey, we need you on this part because like we needed somebody. I was so excited to see you guys, and I hope that like if I would have seen you, it would have done the same thing you would have done for me. You know, like pick me up.
Because I told them like after the bike, I was like, I am down bad. I was like, I need more. I need
you came
more than ever.
But you still came back down a half mile. I'm thinking this now. You came down a half mile to tell me to get going.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, yeah. Oh,
I'm just realizing that you didn't just come around the corner. That was like a half mile down the road.
Oh yeah.
After you were, that's just.
Well, because I was
surreal. It was surreal that
I was looking when I was waiting, and I was like, there was just an older guy waiting too for his friend, and they were he was tracking him, and I was like, do you mind tracking somebody real quick?
Yeah.
You didn't even make it over the bridge yet, and I was like, shit. I was like,
no, I really needed it. I didn't know it.
And then all of a sudden, like I knew Kyle was down there. I didn't know where you were. And then I didn't even know Jasmine and Morgan were down there.
They were on the other side of the bridge now at this point. They had met me on the other side of the bridge, and they'd seen me about 5 minutes earlier and said, hey, you've got to pick this up. And I said to David, I said, I got to tell you this. If my group comes and gets me, I'm going to leave you.
Yeah.
He says, leave me now. And I'm like, no, man, you got to keep stepping. Because he was literally a minute and a half that he needed to pick up. I, in my skull, said, I've got 6 minutes. I stick with David. I get him over the finish line, And Jasmine, she's like, you don't have enough time. Get that out of your head.
Yeah.
And,
because we picked you up. So, like, they picked you up, I believe, at the top of the hill-ish, or roughly there.
This was pre-bridge, right? Because you picked me up at the bottom
of the hill.
At the bottom of the hill.
I could not walk up.
But you were way further this way than I wanted you to be, because I knew how you were going to push me. And I even said that to you. I said, no, you're way too far this way, man.
I think you did say that. I didn't understand what it meant at the time.
You're a mile out. No, don't be here. Yeah. You're supposed to be up there. Because I still, in my skull, knew I had enough time.
So we were doing non-tired people math. And we were like, he has 3 minutes he has to make up, or you wouldn't have finished on time.
Yeah.
So they went out and they got you. Thank goodness they got you too, like at the beginning.
Oh, Morgan kind of gave me like the wake up too, because, Jasmine was giving it to me, but then when I got a second perspective.
Yeah.
And then again, there you were, and you weren't supposed to be for another half a mile.
No.
And I'm like, God, he's going to make me run this hill. And it was the bridge hill.
Oh, I know.
And he said, get to the top of it. And I'm like,
it was the last
hill. I said, dude, he said, get your grit. I said, I left grit 10 miles back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When you were coming to me, I knew I was going to try to push you every day.
It was absolutely the most emotional thing I've ever done.
That last bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. There was so much in that knowing what it took for folks to, even after 8.5 hour day in the hot sun and competing, and everybody was there. And he said, them kiddos are down there at that finish line. You better just keep running. And my God, for me, that was 100 yards just getting from the time you got into the entryway, you know, where the girl.
Oh, I know.
It didn't matter at that point.
I never stopped running. You know, there was no stop at that point.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And then they say your name, and it's like.
And they actually said it. They actually said it correctly.
Yeah.
They said mine incorrectly, but they got yours right.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, no. As soon as we picked you up, we said. I was like, I'm not letting him not finish this thing. Like, I kept saying, I need this, like, just to let you know, like, listen, you're doing this for you, but like, you're a giver, and I knew that if I said you need to do it for me, you were like, oh, I have to give it. Because you're that person.
He said, I need this. He said, I need this.
Yeah, I was like, and then when we got closer and closer, and I said, let's go, Dad, everyone else started cheering. Come on, Dad!
Yeah, that was pretty wild, right? Yeah.
Other people were cheering Dad, and I was like, that's cool. And then I ended up seeing. I ran around the corner. Marcy has a video of it, and I run around the corner with you. And I jumped the wall. I have no idea how I was able to do that. I jumped this wall.
You're still on me.
And then I ran around the corner, and I was halfway to the finish line, and I was like, "Let's go, Dad!" And like just screamed one more, and I like hopefully it just pushed you a little bit further.
Oh, it did. It kept me running. I never stopped running it.
I'm telling you,
it was the most emotional thing. It was just like, because one, in my head, I was going to still finish at 8:30. That was the goal. I'd said it a million times, just not hurt myself. But and let me say the one thing on camera was the fact that, you know, my heart rate was over 190s, and I wanted to keep my heart rate in the 170s, you know, pretty much, and not really ride that out. And I told Kyle, I said, I'm going to have a heart attack. And he says, you know, and when he grabs my arm, I feel it's comfort because Doc's got me.
Yeah.
And he says, it's 184, let's go.
I did. I said that.
And I'm like,
because he says that, he goes, let me get my heart rate below 190 for a second, and I grabbed it and I looked and I see at the top, and it was like perfectly like in my sight. I go, it's 184, keep going.
You could have even lied to.
I could have lied to him, but it was legit 184. And I was like, he's good. And then he thought he was gonna have a heart attack on me. I was like, listen, you won't. Like, it made me think for a second. I was like, he's good. He made it this far. He's fine. And but no, it was funny.
And Jasmine said, one more pole, because I was doing the fart at that point, and I'd run the pole, and then so I ran 2 poles, and that really, I legit picked up 6 minutes.
You had to pick up that time, and if you hadn't picked it up, that would have been devastating. We wouldn't have had this good of a time in the evening, you know, talking about it. But honestly,
and it wasn't that bad. Just like you said, you got 2 miles here, you know, put it in, you know, and somebody said behind us, this is the next 2 miles of your life or something. There was a comment made, you know, and I was like, man, that should be written down somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. You know? Yeah, no, the signs were great too. But what it scared me, I'll be real, like, it scared me after the finish. I saw them handing out, you know, when they put the medal over your head. They didn't put it over his head. And I came around the corner because I didn't know the time. And I come around the corner and I look, and I don't see a medal around his neck. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh no, what happened, there was legit someone, they were trying to get our bracelets off of our legs.
Okay.
And so they said that, and I said, right here. And so when she handed right here, and I walked over to the thing, and I put my foot up, and the girl was doing that.
Yeah.
I stopped that.
Okay. Yeah. So I look over, and I was like, he didn't get the finisher's medal. And I was like, oh my God, we didn't make it in time. And I was like, dude, and my heart sank. And then I see them hand you the finisher's hat. I was like, okay. And then I saw it in your hand. I looked at Jasmine like for confirmation. I go, did he finish on time? She goes, he did. And I was like, oh, and I ran in there, and I was like, that's when I ran in and gave you a big hug and everything. And I was like, dude, I
say we all finished. I mean, we finished me on time. I mean, legit. If Drill Sergeant Jasmine wouldn't have came out, and Drill Sergeant Morgan, and they were getting it. I mean, getting it, and I know that they had to come all the way out there to get it, you know, and then this guy coming extra. And he's going to be at the half-mile mark. He's going to meet. No, he comes a mile and a half out, Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely the most emotional energy that I've ever had at the end of 70 miles.
That's the best part's whenever they say your name.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they say it right.
Yeah.
Russell, Coco.
And in the back, you're hearing Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it couldn't have been any more emotional.
I had to go from being nice to being mean to
Call
being
me Russell.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I hit him with everything. I was
He
like,
pulled out all the guns.
yeah, I was like,
Do this for me.
whenever I did the kids are at the finish line waiting for you, your grandkids are waiting for you at the finish line. I was like, yeah, I knew what I was
got
doing.
him.
I knew what I was doing. I had to because like he was giving up on himself, and I was like, you're not gonna do that.
There was no gas in the tank. I mean,
I could tell you were bombed. You were
bombed. I was.
You bombed.
Yeah.
And it was it, and because you could tell he's like running one pole, and then just like
My foot was just like.
Oh yeah, I probably would have got me too,
but yeah,
we did it.
Yeah, finish line. We got a good picture and everything. Got all that done, and then we.
How does that work? How does Ironman work?
Finisher Picks. It's called finisherpicks.com. And we'll go on, and they're going to convince you to get the whole package and so you get all of them. And you're going to see some pictures you never would have thought you had. Unfortunately, the cameraman closed up shop before you made it there. The final stretch with me and you running next to each other.
Well, it was it was like
he closed up shop
right outside that last intersection before the blue flags.
Okay. Yeah, it was like right here. He was like chilling right here. And
I wasn't happy there anyhow. So
he closed up shop.
I wasn't happy.
You were like,
you ran.
I wasn't happy there. I did. I ran.
You ran from here, underneath this little bridge. You know, the building to building. You ran from there all the way to the finish line.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's a whole lot going on there. There's an energy that comes around you there.
Oh, absolutely. I wish the energy was a whole dang Reynolds Street, but they didn't. They didn't have enough people. All right, so final times. Let's look at these real quick. So, Tanner, your final time?
2:49
for your run. Mm-hmm. Awesome. What was your goal?
I think it was 2:22.
Okay.
So a
little bit, but I mean it's
less walking,
hills and all the other things.
Less walking, maybe some drier feet. Stuff like that could definitely probably contribute to a better time. But
swapping socks out next time.
Yeah.
My run, I wanted sub 2. I got 158.57. So I did what
Did you?
Yeah, 158.57 was my.
Oh man.
And I was hoping for like 150, but it is what it is. Dad, your time for the run was 3:36. 3:36.29.
I wanted 3:30.
Did you?
Yeah.
And
that's what I said, 3:30, because that was based on just getting through the.
Mm-hmm.
And our overall time, place, and everything. So your overall, go ahead, Tanner, and I'll tell Dad's, or I'll tell mine, and then tell Dad's last, because
just overall.
Yeah.
1,692nd out of 2,236.
Okay, so nice. Yeah, and then your final time.
Final time was 7:02.
7:02. Nice. On the medal. My final time, my goal was as close to 5 as possible. I got 5:28.28, which was cool. Your dad, by the way, did you hear what he said? 5:28. That was cool. And then, so I got 49th out of 201 for my age group, and then overall I got 538th out of 2,236. Yeah. So, and then, yeah,
I finished.
And then Dad, no, you get to say your exact number here.
Yeah.
Total time you could finish this race in is 8:30.
Yeah.
8:30, and your time was 8:27.32. Right on the button.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
without my end crew, it would not have been. It'd have been within seconds, one way or the other, and it would have been on the other side.
Probably on the other side. But you finished. You got it done. So the real question now is, when's the next race? We signing up again.
Lake Placid, full Ironman.
Full Iron. Oh man, he's saying it. He's going with Lake Placid.
I haven't. You'll have to give me some time to think about that.
Think about that.
Yeah. Give me some time. Give me at least some time until I'm like, man, I got to get back into the gym and get working out. Then I'll be able to answer that question.
Rinse off your wetsuit, let it dry.
But beforehand, my original thought was, the Chattanooga 70.3.
Okay,
I
next
think
year,
it's something like that.
Yeah, that's probably more.
Next year, maybe. Like you said, if anything, I know this is not over for me.
No,
that's for sure.
No. And everyone knows mine's December.
I will be there.
December 14th in Florida. Gentlemen, awesome weekend.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. And we did it, and we are half Ironman again. First time for you. We're all wearing these shirts.
We are now a full triathlon
70.3
Ironman.
We finally heard this one right here.
Yes, sir, right here.
There we go. Awesome.
But now,
good job. Good job.
Like I said before, this stuff is just something that if you feel like, you got nothing, I will be there in the tank, or if you got,
right.
And you will see me. If you're stuck in, a wrong mindset and you just need something to escape, and you feel like your body can do more, look into these kind of races and whatnot. I mean,
for mental health, for mental health.
We've seen everybody's different shapes, sizes, and all that stuff, and they're out, mustering up the strength and courage to do these things. So I always feel, you'll always feel support from me, and it's just one of those things.
Yeah,
it's humbling.
Yeah, it is a humbling experience, but man, it is such a rewarding feeling at the end.
Yeah, and no matter if you came in first or 2200, you felt the same way at the end of it. I mean, the folks that were there rooted you on like as if you were number 3 coming in versus number 2300 or 2200.
Yeah, you still finished.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Yeah. I would just proud of both of you guys.
Proud of you guys.
You guys are awesome.
Got a good coach.
We had a good support system. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I was so happy to have everyone here, and definitely looking forward to the next one and more stories to come.
Yes, sir.
All right, great job, guys.
Kiddos want a hug.